Eric Dane's ALS degeneration made plain, as he appears severely feeble while climbing into a wheelchair with aides help. Grey's Anatomy heartthrob Eric Dane was photographed in a wheelchair at Toronto Pearson Airport on Thursday, appearing fragile amid his ongoing struggle with ALS. The 52-year-old actor, who initially revealed his sad diagnosis in April, was carried out of a van and ushered to the terminal by an assistant. Dressed comfortably in a plaid shirt, shorts, and a baseball cap, Dane kept his head down, his demeanor melancholy. The appearance comes just weeks after Dane looked to struggle while chatting to a photographer at the Washington, D.C. airport, who asked, "What would you say to your fans who are hoping everything is okay?" Dane said softly, "Keep the faith, man." According to insiders close to the actor, the beloved celebrity has been wrestling with his own mortality. One insider told the Daily Mail, "Nobody wants to think about or discuss their own mortality, but that is exactly what Eric is going through now. He knows his fate and is trying to figure out how he wants to enjoy life, how to be a beacon of hope, and help others who are battling themselves. He also wants to enjoy being with family and friends and genuinely take this opportunity to live." ALS, often known as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a rare and incurable motor neuron condition that affects roughly 5,000 Americans each year. Symptoms often progress swiftly and are difficult to identify in the early stages. Dane first detected weakness in his right hand in early 2024, figuring he'd merely been texting too much or my hand was exhausted. After months of testing and several doctor visits, he received a formal diagnosis in April. By June, he had lost use of his right arm. While life expectancy for ALS patients normally varies from 3 to 5 years, Dane's decline has been rapid and brutal. Still, those close to him say he's determined to be courageous in the face of terror. So many people take things for granted. So many people don't do anything because they are terrified, the insider stated. As a youth growing up in the Bay Area, Dane was recognized for his athleticism as much as his charisma. While attending San Mateo High School, he was a standout water polo player who moved schools to join a more competitive squad. "I wasn't necessarily the best, but I was pretty ****ing good," he remembered to Dax Shepard during an interview on Armchair Expert last year. But this year, a family snorkeling trip became worrisome when Dane realized his body could no longer keep up. While swimming off a boat with his daughters Billy, 15, and Georgia, 13, he suddenly found himself in difficulty. "When I got in the ocean that day and realized I couldn't swim or produce enough power to bring myself back to the boat, I thought, 'Oh, God,'" he told Diane Sawyer. "And then I realized in that moment I'm not safe in the water anymore." Panicked, he battled to keep afloat until Georgia discovered he was in difficulty and pulled him to safety. "I was just breaking down in tears. So I made sure she got back in the water with her companion and continued on with the snorkeling with the guide," Dane recalled. "But I was just heartbroken." Through it all, his ex-wife and lifelong confidant Beverly Hills 90210 actress Rebecca Gayheart has remained one of his biggest sources of support. The couple's narrative began in 2003 when Gayheart, then fresh from a long-term engagement with producer Brett Ratner and starring in Nip/Tuck, met Dane, who was still climbing the Hollywood ladder following modest roles in Saved by the Bell, The Wonder Years, and Roseanne. They hitched a marriage in Las Vegas barely 10 months later, in 2004. Their marriage weathered more than a few storms, including a huge scandal in 2009 when a private tape involving the couple and model Carrie and Paniche was leaked online. Though the film didn't portray intercourse, the trio was seen partying and relaxing together in a hot tub. Dane and Gayheart sued Gawker for posting the clip, later settling out of court in 2010. Despite the scandal, they carried forth together, welcoming daughter Billy in 2010 and Georgia the following year. Behind the scenes, meanwhile, the actor was quietly battling addiction. He began smoking marijuana as a teen and got sober for the first time at 26. But during his Grey's Anatomy years, the pressure of fame and a relapse during the 2007 Writers Guild strike sent him tumbling. He eventually attended treatment in 2011 for painkiller addiction, revealing, "If you take the full 8 years I spent on Grey's Anatomy, I was ed up longer than I was sober, and that was when things started to go awry for me." Dane said he understood when creator Shonda Rhimes let him go, stating, I wasn't the same guy they recruited, therefore I understood when I was let go. He rebounded back with a prominent role in The Last Ship. However, he later took a break in 2017 to seek therapy for depression. By 2018, his marriage to Gayheart had run its course, and she filed for divorce after 14 years together. In a joint statement, they stated terminating their marriage was the best decision for their family and committed to remain close as co-parents. They held loyal to their word, continuing to raise their girls together in Los Angeles. There's a new normal for me and my family. Gayheart remarked a year after their breakup. It hasn't been easy, but I think what's fascinating is what's ahead. My kids are happy and healthy. When Dane received his ALS diagnosis, Gayheart reportedly halted the divorce proceedings and recommitted to being by his side. We are best of friends. We are pretty close. We are terrific co-parents, she told E! On the eve of his announcement. We truly found out the formula to keeping a family. I think our kids are benefiting significantly from it, and we are as well. She continued, I think it's vital to not look at a relationship that ends as a failure. It was a big success. We produced 2 lovely kids. Therefore, I think that's a wonderful relationship. According to a source, the pair's rekindled friendship has been transformative. Rebecca made the decision to not carry any grudges once Eric was diagnosed, and their co-parenting relationship has provided them a bond that is everything Eric needs right now, the insider said. She is there for him in every sense of the word. They are all about the same aim, and that is to provide their kids the greatest life possible. Even as his health is degraded, Dane has refused to let ALS define him. Just days after announcing his condition, he returned to work on Season 3 of Euphoria, this time sharing scenes with longtime friend Sharon Stone. Eric and I have been friends for a long time, Stone told Entertainment Tonight. I truly was like his support staff when he was attempting to get the job on Euphoria. He really wanted that job. Despite his constraints, Dane remains committed to his art. I am ready and eager to do just about everything, but I have restrictions that I understand will exclude me from performing certain roles, he stated in June. I'm working on Euphoria. I finished Countdown. As far as it goes, I'm pretty capable. Though recent appearances show his condition has worsened, Dane has made one thing clear. He's not giving up. I'm extremely hopeful, he told Sawyer. I don't think this is a conclusion of my narrative. In my heart, I don't feel that this is the end of me.